A&R music video. Okay, the music shouldn't matter since Isayama did not write them. All musical groups have artistic control and they write what they think that suits the anime. Nothing to see here. No. Big mistake. The thing about A&R music video, first of all, too many similarities to what happens and the AOE theories that have stemmed from them and the evidences we have and such. But I'm pretty sure that the music they make, I think I saw it in a Tensa thread too with the evidences and such, they are given some keywords and key shit and they make the lyrics and stuff and Isayama and Isayama mostly oversees the project. It's not like they are on their own. I do not agree with that. And such a weird piece of music video. It takes a lot of time to make music video like that. If I'm not wrong, it's a stop motion thingy. It's a fully stop motion music video if I'm not wrong. Let me check it again just to be sure so I do not fuck it up. It does have a lot of stop motion. Those take a lot of time. Those frames take a hell lot of time. And I do not think that they would be like, yeah, we are gonna make a music video and use God knows how much budget and shit, and Isayama and Co do not even have are not overseeing the music video now. Sound director teasing AOE. He laughed right before asking, therefore he wasn't being serious. Obvious reach. Yeah, that's a reach. Actually, he also saying that could be just he trolling. Just let me play devil's advocate on myself too. We can't really discuss that. I wouldn't really use this point as evidence. I said it before. Don't use some stuff like this as evidence as hope chats because it just kind of ruins the whole thing. Falco's anime original dream. The wait between season 3 and season 4 made every fan of the show, both old and new, forget everything that had happened. It's a meta joke, aimed to remind us that this is still Attack on Titan. Do I need to defend it? The thing about Falco's anime original ending, again, if they go one-on-one with the anime, with the manga, I do not see why they would actually decide to change the stuff here. I'm sorry, again, with this point I had before. No, it's a meta joke. Akuma no Ko. Again, music shouldn't matter. Yams didn't write them. Duh, you are whole chat, man. You're leaving me like hints and shit to debunk stuff. Coming timeline. Mikasa is envisioning what life would have been like had Eren ran away with her. The fact that she answered family instead of confessing her true feelings proves that her answer bugged the hell out of her. That's true. Causing her to make stuff up. That's why chapter 138 is titled A Long Dream. Okay, that could be the case. But here's what makes it very interesting. In the part that many are using as evidence to actually say that AOE is dead, the see you later timeline Calvin thingy that we see at the beginning, that is a mix of different timelines. It doesn't really make much sense of Mikasa to actually, of the studio to actually change it that much in a way that kind of hints towards a combination of them, of a few of them. Of the timelines, let's say. And okay, just leaving that point again aside. Yeah, she's pretty triggered and sad by the response she gave to Eren because, hey, imagine that the response you gave to someone kind of changed the faith of I think 80% of the population of the world, and many people were slaughtered because you just didn't say, yeah, I want you in me. Yeah, that's just, I can't count that, yeah. So that's the thing. Okay. This being a long dream, this is a far reach. What you say could be true, but the same goes with the manga being a separate timeline, because we do know, as trying to debunk you, that actually Yams does love work that is called Mavlov that has timelines, and timelines are pretty important, and the whole thing about three main characters, that is like the main trope of shonen and senior and shit and stuff like that nowadays, and playing with numbers and shit and having 3 timelines, it makes sense on that part and on that point. So kind of no. Two brothers memory sequence, obvious Easter eggs from manga reader. So I can't come up with a reason as to why Eren would be able to see Falco flying over Fort Salda. Best guess would be it's an Easter egg of what it's come. I can't really disagree with that because I do believe that it's an Easter egg myself too. I can't really defend something that I can't defend. I would try to say that no, they wouldn't do that if they didn't want to. Why would they put an Easter egg somewhere that hey, they don't have time and they do that? It doesn't really make much. I'm on you with that. Eren's facial reaction when in the past. Oh yeah, when he's okay. A stylistic choice. Mappa probably didn't want people to see Eren smiling at what side it was, so they made him look sad instead. Again, they go one-on-one with the manga, but somehow they decide to change the style on the facial expression of Eren, just on the basis that hey, we want him to be kind of sad and shit, but it kind of sets the mood for what's to come and the rumbling and stuff. But when you make that change and go ahead and change Eren's eyes to being open, in the, you know, in the part that is doing the rumbling in the episode that we saw recently, it kind of stops being an artistic choice and a stylistic choice. Because look, there's another point, just leaving that aside, and a stylistic choice happening at a very crucial point stops being an artistic choice or a stylistic choice. They could have done that in many other parts. Sorry, my English is running out, as you are seeing right now. Like a 51 hour recording now. So yeah, Mikasa as a butterfly. That goes into a far-reach theories. Artistic choice. The word is cruel yet beautiful. So when you tie that into the theories that they are, it makes sense. When you don't consider the other theories about Persephone and stuff like that and Hades and shit, it makes sense. But outside of that, it doesn't really make sense. I can't really defend that much. But we do have the butterfly imagery in a lot of places, being the cover of the song under the tree, and because I stick that seems like she's dead on shit. We have it like being Persian in the rumbling thingy opening. We have it in the beginning. We have the was the praying mantis or eating another praying mantis, was it? Let me check. That actually points towards the manga ending. No, it was eating a fur. It was eating a butterfly. Okay, then this is mostly an AOE thing. Yeah, I made a mistake. The praying mantis eating a butterfly, and Mikasa saying that probably shows that Eren is going to GG, easy GG Mikasa. In my opinion, Eren's different dialogue in Dawn of Humanity. Everything comes after this. Artistic choice. I'm not gonna repeat my take on artistic choices again. This was tough because of all the evidence that has been compiled with this up over the time. Since the manga wrapped up, I feel like I lost brain cells trying to get myself into the thought of process of EDs. But here's my take: debunk my logical as responses, or I will fuck. Yeah, this was the most difficult one to try to debunk because some of the points were pretty hard to debunk. Kudos to you because I lost to you at some point in the on the first point you made. See you later, not added in season 1 episode 1. Kudos to you. Yeah, nice job, and thank you again for the comments and shit. And because I do realize that it takes a lot of time to just get in the thought process and shit. So let's continue. Shares Invader's link without elaboration. What is this? Invader. The dude. I'm a dumb bird. The dude with the drama thing. Oh god, that was a pretty stupid shit. Frequent benefit 688. The one before was Bukes. Frequent benefit 688. Eren's different reaction in past while saying that scenario and his eyes open in the latest episode is a retcon to the manga. Nothing will be changed except Eren will be more determined in this time. You know, this actually giving the manga ending. He did plan multiple times from the start, but he's retconning everything and giving us the manga ending as A&R would be too controversial. So here's the thing. I did discuss these points before, but the A&R ending would being too controversial depends. If you have the A&R ending and you have Eren being under a lot of pressure because of what he has done, it showcases what Isayama was trying to showcase in his work. And the thing about it would show that, hey, we have the issues about violence and shit, and it doesn't just go away. And because when you look at Isayama's work, it has undertones of fascism and shit, and it ties well into that. A&R would actually be great for that too. The manga ending and then A&R. I would disagree with that. It wouldn't. Isayama isn't really shy of controversial shit, as we saw with his manga ending. He could have changed that too. Taha Matrix 3 days ago. Thanks, man. I'm very sorry for what happened here. I will answer what you wrote here under your comment because I can't understand exactly. I'm sorry. It's maybe my bad too. I'm very sorry, man. Gohario FTW. I would try to argue that the A&R music video being what we think it is weird because we are seeing an event that already did rumbling and did everything successfully, and yet we only know of 3 timelines being the Kyojin, manga, and anime. What timeline would the Eren that already did the rumbling successfully be from, and how does that fit? He would be from the anime timeline, obviously, because anime timeline is the continuation of the manga timeline and shit. At what point does A&R actually happen? What the kid Eren we have is the thing about Eren going back in time and saying himself, I believe. I would try to argue that the theory that the aliens all living paradise and it being abandoned as shown in the Akuma no Akuma ending doesn't make sense because realistically there will always be someone who stays behind. That line is owned by some. We are not pretty sure it's completely abandoned either. And we've seen how greedy people are in this anime and in the world. They wouldn't just give it up and totally abandon it to the point that nature starts overgrowing everywhere. The idea that everyone would leave isn't realistic even in real life when Manifest Destiny was happening in the US or when Europeans were sent over the New World to scope out the land. They didn't leave their initial land for the new land. They just sent people to acquire more. Since the land is shown to be comically fully abandoned by everyone, this would make Okomonoko overall feel more like a happy-go-lucky dream that Eren had for okay, and not actually reality, because the world is way more cruel than that. Okay, I can't really dispute that. But the thing is, I do not really believe that everyone abandoned Paradise. You are shown places that have overgrown greenery and shit, but it doesn't mean that the whole Paradise is abandoned. That's a point I want to make here. I would try to argue that rumbling the entire world and not sparing a single bit of humanity other than Paradise would leave majority of the outside world with no trees first. Thank you. This is the thing. This is the you are saying, why would the people of Paradise want to do that? Why would they want to leave? The thing about any of our music video is that we are not even sure that what we are seeing is the outside world, or the outside world could be the part that is actually totally destroyed and fucked, and this could be symbolism, all of it. People presume that they are living in the outside world and they just left Paradise behind. I do want to argue that this could not be the case, and yeah, it doesn't make sense. You are completely right. It doesn't make sense to actually do the rumbling fully. That's the issue that we would be having with AOE when it happens, because it would destroy the ecosystem of the world, and it's like nuking the world and shit. And that's something that makes me not a full hope, chat, to be honest. I would try to debunk Eren's eyes being open by saying that it's shown in a way that Eren is looking at the bird and Eren is looking back at Armin with the same perspective as the bird, which is using visual storytelling to say that Eren is controlling the bird. I would say his eyes are open instead of closed in the manga because this was changed so the connection is easier made between the bird and the Eren. I did make my point before, but this is a pretty new argument I'm saying, and kudos to you. That's a nice thing. I can't totally try to debunk that. That would actually make sense too. I never looked at it from this point of view. I would try to debunk Berserk Titan with the idea that season 1 finale was made that way under the project that could be the final episode that they destroy the world line. Could still be referencing his actions in the manga because he still technically attempted to destroy the world, and he has already said he would put an end to the world other times in the manga and anime. Putting an end to the world is, I think, more metaphorically the state of the world, like the injustice and shit going on. But the thing, I already said that anime are in production committees and production planning for a long time. I do not believe that they never wanted to continue the anime. Nah, I do not like to. Sorry, I wouldn't repeat the same thing. Sorry, I'm getting pretty much my English skills are running out. I would try to debunk Yams ending his manga badly just for the sake of AOE. With how Yams said he ripped off Mob Love and how Mob Love Unlimited ending wasn't bad in a conventional sense. It just left a certain plot points open and not fully explained, but it was still a satisfying ending. Yams ending was not nearly as satisfying. It felt genuinely rushed upon first reading and rereading it. If Yams' plan was to end it bad just for the sake of AOE, he most likely would have still planned it to be a satisfying ending in its own right while still leaving certain plot points open. But it wasn't like that, and he has apologized many times for it, which gives the impression that he genuinely feels like he messed up, and that's all we are getting in the anime. So here's the thing, many expected the manga to end in a different way than it did, and Yams, what he actually did wrong on the manga was that the execution was bad, the ideas were actually okay. I said that in the video I made about peace was not possible and shit. So peace was not possible. What happened was pretty smart, and not smart, but pretty logical in certain points. Eren already had lost his mind. It would make sense with AOE. But yeah, the execution was bad. Maybe he was rushed. Maybe he was. But ending it badly because of AOE, I do not believe that myself either. I do believe that people make mistakes, and Yams made mistakes too. The thing about Mob Love and now AOT is that many people now have higher standards for what happens in the anime. My personal opinion that can be disputed easily, and not everyone can be happy about that. AOT ending had issues, but many people that are hating on the AOT ending, manga ending, are not even understanding what they are hating on. Many of them are hating on the fact that Eren did rumbling not fully. They fail to understand that Eren was a broken man, massacring the whole world, knowing what he was doing was wrong, killing his own mother and shit, and at the same time, they wanted him to be some kind of Giga Chat to destroy the whole world without even shedding a tear. It doesn't make sense. He was pretty much a crazy person. A crazy person can act as a crazy person. The same with Pathetic Eren. It was executed bad. That's the whole situation. That's the whole issue with the manga, in my opinion. I have to make more videos on that, I guess. I would try to debunk Mima-san's words with the idea that he never explicitly AOE was officially confirmed, but rather he mentioned that people around the office would talk the idea of an AOE in general. They have seen the AOE talks, I'm pretty sure. Let me explicitly mean Yams told them directly, but rather they are speculating just as much as we are, which is a bad sign because they should be the first ones to know. The thing is, no, I would like to disagree on this part too. Having to keep something as big as this under wraps, it's not as easy. They wouldn't necessarily have to be the first ones to know. And I do know there are confidentiality contracts and shit. They must be, all of them must be under the contract. But I would speculate that many of them were not aware of what was happening, probably. Yeah, they are working on the anime, they should be aware, but at that point in time, many of them maybe were not that much aware of what was happening, and that's why we have the gap here between the part. Or rather, they do not know because there is going to be a movie on the ending, on the thing about AOE. I'll try to bring up the idea that somehow up this point leakers somehow haven't brought up or heard any other notable people say anything about anime original scenes and content regarding AOE. If AOE was planned for a while now, we would have at least gotten some leak regarding it these past 110 years. They would have to have some sort of idea of it during their storyboard planning and shit. This is what I explained more like before exactly this point. Yeah, I do repeat what I said again to not make the video just too long. Yo, this is fun. This is too fun. This is too fun. I'm having fun too. I have to do more shit like this. If you do like it, do leave comments about it so I can continue more on it. Now, but that as I already know exactly how to debunk these debunks for real. Good luck. Of course you do. Thanks a lot, man. Gohario FTW. Man or woman. Sorry, this is a catchphrase I use. Man, dude. Randion54, hope chat to the bitter end. For a doomer ending defender point of view, I would say the last episode of AOT foreshadows the manga ending. They played up Armin and Annie romance to make the pairing in the ending more believable, so Annie most likely will survive. When the alliance came to stop Eren, the music was very heroic sounding as well, making the Eren the bad guy and the alliance justified. They emphasized Marley soldiers saying, what the fuck happened? My internet kind of died again. Okay. To make the alliance justified, they emphasized many Marley soldiers saying Paradise soldier fighting Eren, making Armin talking no jutsu possible. But that ties into the manga. First scene of the anime had Mikasa in the red scarf holding Eren's head, also foreshadowing Mikasa's killing Eren and holding his head as well. Although the music of the show foreshadows AOE, I could say they are just telling another different story. What's important is the actual show. So no, the whole thing ties into together, and they have to make Eren be the bad guy because Eren, at the end of the day, is the bad guy. He massacres the world. In AOE, if it happens and if he goes and destroys the whole world, that's also an if. He is the bad guy. You can't defend Eren massacring the whole world. That just is indefensible. And making the alliance justified, that's kind of okay. And we do know that Yams is a pretty fan of dark stuff and making people sad and shit. So I would imagine he doing that and actually deciding to destroy the whole thing, the concept that he has made along the way. And about the red scarf and shit, I'm not gonna comment on that. I did the music of the show. I say it again, I'm gonna repeat that again. Music of the show is important because it's overseen by Yams. And there are bands made, like Linked Horizon, even the name itself, made solely for the purpose of Attack on Titan and making music for Shingeki no Kyojin. So, allow me to disagree with your disagreeing and debunking. So that was all we had. I hope I didn't leave anything out. Thank you very much for your opinions. It was a pretty brain cell wrecking session of reading comments, to be honest. And I did say I'm not going to cut anything. I will not cut anything. So you are sure that what I was doing was pretty much at the same time that I was reading your comment. Do leave a comment. Do subscribe if you do like the content. I'm trying to get the theories I am making here sooner than before, but I'm a bit busy with my master's thesis. So thanks a lot for watching the video, and I will do this again. If you have ideas about what to do in this format, do leave the comments and I will read them all. Thank you a lot, and as we say in Farsi, شبتون بخیر، روزتون بخیر و فعلا عزیزان دل.